Howdy do. Karen Adamski here with shamamama.com, and today I'm coming to you with an answer to a question. And this question comes from Marilyn in San Jose, California. How did you change careers going from high tech to shamanism? And that is a great question. The answer is probably kind of long, so I'm going to try to give you a short version. But if I leave you with any questions, just hit me up. Let me know what your questions are. I'm open to discussion and talk about it, because if my story can help anybody else out there with their path, with their journey, then that's what it's all about for me. So my first career was in human resources. I was in human resources management and talent acquisition for about 25 years, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. In the beginning, I think I enjoyed it a lot more than I did in the end, because I think computers kind of started taking over, where, human resources is very much about, people and making sure people are on their right career path, or helping them in that way, or putting people into the right positions and growing companies and taking people out of the wrong positions. All of that is very hands-on, people-oriented. And I was really good at all of that. What happened over time is things became more automated, and so we became distant from the people, and I wasn't so great at that. I mean, I was good at it. I made a good living, but I didn't enjoy it, I guess. It wasn't really so fun. It was just a means to paying the mortgage. So that was my first career, 25 years. The last 10 years of that, though, I was kind of overlapping with my shamanic studies. So when I decided to start studying shamanism, I had, different teachers, different shamanic practitioners that I was working under and working with. I was taking courses at UC Santa Cruz in theology. I was trying to kind of find my way with the spiritual side of things. And what I found very, very quickly is that I've always been living a shamanic lifestyle. It's not anything that's new for me. It's how I'm programmed. So I've always been much more comfortable in nature than I am in a city. I prefer trees to concrete. I enjoy being around animals, tuning into nature, speaking the language of Mother Nature. I've always done that. And as a kid, I felt like a total weirdo and just thought that was it. I'm just a weirdo. I thought as a kid, that I had learning disabilities, and I guess I did, but now I see those as my superpower. So I don't really like the word disabilities. It made me different. I think in a different way. I'm more of a creative thinker than I am being boxed in by the lessons of what I was taught in school. So I don't know that I necessarily thrived in school, and learning was sometimes hard for me. But as soon as I started my studies in shamanism and my practicing, it was like coming home in a way. It really put a spotlight on the fact that this is how I'm programmed, and this is a real thing, and this is what's going to make me happy. So it was very crystal clear that this was the direction that I was going to go, was in the shamanic practitioner direction. Along with that has come art. As a teacher, as a practicing artist, that has all grown along with my shamanism. They really kind of go hand in hand. Okay, so the question is, how did I make that transition? So it was scary, because making the decision to walk away from a career that I had been in and it had been so good for me, that was hard, because I knew I was not going to be making as much money being a shamanic practitioner. And with that, I think came some self-worth. You know, the more money you make, the more successful you are. That's kind of been programmed into me, or had been. So there was some of that deprogramming that needed to happen. And it was a very slow process. And I think that that's probably the biggest point that I would like to make, is that the process was slow for me. A good 10-year overlap there. So it's not overnight. And I think, a lot of times people will come to me for answers, for clarity, for advice. And this is a topic that comes up, people wanting to make a change. And I think with that, what is really important to know is that it takes a lot of time. It doesn't happen overnight. And I see people get really frustrated with that. They make the decision that, okay, I'm changing careers. I'm going to go on this new venture. And it's scary, and I'm going to be brave, and I'm doing it. I'm going to tell people, I'm going to put my marketing things together, and then, it's going to happen. And it's just not that simple. It's like day by day, month by month, year by year, you continue to kind of grow and become a little bit more solid. But it doesn't, I'm sure there are some situations where it's like, okay, leave this job, go to this job, and it's, overnight. But for me, it was a slow process. And I think I'm still learning. I will always be learning. So patience is a big part of it. Be patient with yourself. Know that it's going to take time. Don't have high expectations in terms of, okay, I'm going to make the same salary that I made in my other job. Within 2 years, I'll be there. I just think that going with the flow is a lot kinder for yourself, so that you're not setting yourself up to be disappointed. And there's beauty that comes from not having those expectations. It's like, oh, well, look at that. Look what just happened. It's a little bit more natural. And the other thing that was a big part of me changing careers was really learning to go with my gut and do what I want to do, make my own rules. If I don't like something, then I don't want to bring that into my life. That's not something that I want to do. Well, of course, I don't like paying bills, but you have to do it. So, of course, there's that. But if it's something like calligraphy, maybe that's proposed as a new course for me or something, and I just don't have any interest. So in the past, I might have said yes. Now I'm good. So learning to say no to things and learning to say yes to things. So saying no to the things that drag you down or that you just really don't want to do, and saying yes to the things that maybe you've never done before. Saying yes to the things bring you joy. Saying yes to education. Always be learning, whatever your craft is. Say yes to networking and asking for help, growing yourself in your new career. And all of those yeses are a little bit scary. So for me, it's funny, a long time ago, saying no used to be hard for me. And I think it's much, much easier to get over saying no. Because saying yes in this discussion is saying yes to yourself, saying yes to your dreams, saying yes to your path. That path that you might not know what's around the corner, but you're saying yes to it because you know in your gut it's going to make you happy. It's saying yes to something that might be a big mistake. Along with, I've tried so many different things in terms of my practice and my life in general. And I make mistakes. Sometimes I make the wrong choices and I fall on my face, and I learn that way. So say yes to falling down. Say yes to being a little bit messy. Say yes to trying new things and knowing if you want to move forward in that path or not. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But if you do, that's where the magic comes. That's where you get to move into whatever your future is, your career, your path. You are the boss of that. You are the driver. So if you want to change careers, you can. You just have to do it. And it's a lot of hard work. But it's really, really, really awesome. Very satisfying. And along with that, if you're really being true to yourself, if you know that there's a direction that you're being pulled, say yes to that and just dip your big toe in. And then maybe dip your whole foot in, and then maybe you'll be up to your knees soon. You have to try it. You have to try to know. And I think that you'll probably surprise yourself. And the more that you try and the more that you do, the more solid you get. And things just start to kind of naturally bloom. But it does, like I said, it takes time. It takes time, it takes watering, it takes fertilizer. You just have realistic expectations about whatever your path is. But if it speaks to you, if you think it's something that you really want to do, if it makes you happy, makes you feel giddy, makes you feel like, I want to learn more. Oh gosh, I could change the world. I would be so happy if I could have that in my life. Do it. Don't keep those things away. If you're not happy in your current job, leave it. Because there's so many jobs out there. Your job does not define you. Your job should be whatever you want it to be. And that's the thing. They don't teach us that in school. You have to have a degree. You have to do this. You have to have so many years of this or that. And you don't. You just don't. If you're true to yourself and you're you, things naturally kind of fall into place with time. But you have to put yourself out there. So, good support, some friends to kind of cheer you on, to know that, you're creating this new path. That's always helpful. I had my best friend Claudia built a website for me and put it out there and then said, here, it's out there, it's live, you go do it. And I swear, she didn't do that. I don't know. I'd still be on this path, but she gave me some Wonder Woman juice by doing that. So you want to have those people around you that are going to give you the Wonder Woman juice, that are going to support you. And I can be one of those people for you. I'm happy to help. If you ever need advice, if you need some cheering on, let me know, because I've gone through it. I'm still going through it. Because every day is different. So think about those things that bring you joy and what you want more of in your life. And you can build that into your new path, your new career. So that's what I did. It makes it sound so much simpler just to say it like that, but it's hard work, but it's rewarding work. And I'm so glad that I changed. Yeah. High tech was really kind of sucking the soul out of me. It was a lot of stress. I was sick from the stress. I didn't even know it. I had headaches all the time. I was very overweight. I was just, getting by, raising my family, working, PTA president, trying to do all that stuff. And I did it. But it did suck some of the soul out of me. Not the family part, but the PTA part, yes. The career part, yes. Yeah. So, no more saying yes to anything that sucks the soul out of me. I don't do that anymore because I'm the boss of me and I'm creating this path. So, that gives you a glimpse into my my life, my career change. And if I've left you with any questions, just let me know, okay? Thanks, Marilyn, for the question. I appreciate it. And if anybody else out there has any questions about anything, shamanism, art, anything I've mentioned, hit me up. I love doing these. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you, my friend. Namaste.